The New York Rangers have a very interesting question to answer involving Igor Shesterkin's next contract, which he is a UFA, an unrestricted free agent next offseason. He's got 1 year left under contract at a very manageable cap hit, obviously, but next year or at some point this offseason, he could possibly get an extension where he could end up getting paid near double what he is making right now, which would definitely not be a great situation for the Rangers cap space. But obviously, he's a guy who is honestly probably worth it. This is a guy who has been the true MVP, most valuable player of the New York Rangers for the past 3 seasons. He has really done a great job of performing in the playoffs, especially. This is a guy who, once it comes to the playoffs there, he kind of takes his game to a whole nother level there, and he performs like the best goaltender in the NHL. But you take a look at his last 2 regular season appearances there, obviously in 2023, 2024, and back in 2022, 2023. They have not been nearly as good as his Vezina winning season back in 2021, 2022, and he won the Vezina Trophy there, being the best goaltender, I would say, by far in the entire NHL, was a clear winner there, definitely deserving of that, and also finished 3rd in Hart Trophy voting, which you don't see too often. Normally it is just forwards and defensemen kind of as the front runners for that award there, but he finished 3rd in the voting there and was definitely deserving of that. He was unreal that season and was the clear most valuable player for the Rangers and definitely was the best goaltender that season. For the last 2 regular seasons there has been good and above average and definitely looked like a good starting caliber goaltender, but the numbers say he was maybe nearly as good as he obviously was in that Vezina winning season and as he's been in the playoffs as well, which is fine. But that's the big thing with him is the last 2 regular seasons there, we haven't seen him be that Vezina kind of guy there, obviously, but in the playoffs, for the last 3 runs there, he has been truly elite, and honestly, you could argue pretty much the best goaltender in each of those playoff seasons there. Obviously, back in 2022, 2023, the Rangers only made the first round there and lost in 7 games to the New Jersey Devils, so he wasn't the best goalie overall in that playoff run, but back in 2021, 2022, and this past playoff run, you could definitely say he was the clear best goaltender throughout those runs there, and definitely is deserving of getting a big pay raise here. I think that's what he's going to get, whether it is an extension this offseason or a new contract next offseason. And it seems like he could be looking for that massive payday at some point, as we do have a report here saying Rangers Igor Shesterkin could aim for historic contract after a dominant playoff run from Molly Walker there. And also in that report, she says there's reason to believe that Shesterkin's camp is aiming for as high as $12 million a year, which would be a NHL record-setting cap hit for a goaltender, and that would be pretty wild there. Obviously, I want to see a guy like Igor get paid there. I mean, I like seeing Rangers players get a lot of money. That's good for them, obviously, but at the end of the day, there is a cap here in the NHL, and it is a tough one as well, especially with all the stuff that's happened in the last couple of years. The cap not raising a ton there. It'll start to go up in the next couple of years there. So the contract, if he does sign, something around 12 mil, might not look the greatest right away, but down the road could look a little better with the cap consistently going up and by quite a bit over the coming years. But the point is, him making $12 million a year right now would not be the best situation for the Rangers. It obviously kick in for next season coming up in 2025, 2026. But now let's take a look here at what Igor Shesterkin's current contract is. He ended up signing a 4-year deal back in August of 2021. That summer there, ended up signing a 4-year deal with a cap hit per season of $5.666 million. Obviously, there's no modified, no trade clause for 2023, 2024 season, last season, and this one coming up, but I really don't see him getting traded at all. I think he's going to end up signing an extension at some point throughout this offseason. Now, whether it is, around that 12 mil mark or a lot closer towards that kind of 10 mil mark, which I would definitely rather see, we'll have to wait and see there. But either way, he's going to get paid. It's going to be somewhat close to around double on what he's making on this contract here, with a $5.666 million cap hit. I think he's deserving of a massive pay raise here, but him wanting and possibly getting $12 million per season, that cap hit would definitely, kind of hurt the Rangers there a bit. Hopefully, he can obviously, get the bonuses, whatever he wants there. Maybe obviously get that 8-year deal to possibly bring down that cap hit even more, potentially to really kind of get closer to that 10 mil mark, because him getting 12 mil per season would definitely hurt this team kind of long-term a bit with the cap situation there. I mean, maybe he is deserving of that, but you take a look at the other goaltenders around the NHL, and you just kind of take a look at how goalies have been paid. Paying him $12 million per season, although I think he is the clear best, goalie come playoff time in the entire NHL, it still would not be the best situation for this Rangers team. But taking a look here at the top paid goaltenders around the NHL cap hit wise, you have the top goalie right now, Carey Price, who's obviously not playing. He hasn't done so for a while now. He's a $10.5 million cap hit. And you have in second place there, Sergei Bobrovsky at $10 million. In third, you have Andrei Vasilevskiy with $9.5, Connor Hellebuyck with $8.5, and Sorokin in fifth place with $8.25. Then you have a pretty big drop-off down to John Gibson in sixth place at $6.4. But I think Igor is definitely among these goaltenders. I think you can argue he's definitely the best in the entire NHL, especially once it comes to the playoffs there. He's a guy who, like I said, he really kind of steps up his game to a whole nother level there, which is great for this Rangers team. But what he's done in the regular season there has not been the best the last two seasons. It's still been very, very good. And most NHL teams would love to have a goaltender who has done what Igor has done over the last two regular seasons. They're getting a .912 and a .916 save percentage. Those are still good numbers, but obviously there's not like that Vezina caliber that he had, which will definitely kind of up his value there. So we'll have to wait and see kind of what he gets truly. But hopefully, like I said, it is close to that 10 mil mark, which we have seen goalies get, like Sergei Bobrovsky, Vasilevskiy. They're right around the 10 mil mark. And I think he should be something close to that, hopefully, for his next contract. And the last thing we're going to take a look at here is how truly good Igor has been throughout these last three playoff runs. Taking a look at, I would say, the best kind of goalie stats to really judge how good a goaltender is, you could argue, and that is the goals saved above expected number. And throughout these last three playoff runs, Igor has been truly phenomenal. And this past season, we have in first place here, Jeremy Swayman with 12 games played, 13.3 goals saved above expected. In second place here, you have Igor Shesterkin with 16 games played, 13.1, so pretty close there to Jeremy Swayman. In third place, you have Jake Oettinger with 19 games played, 7.3. And in fourth place, you have Sergei Bobrovsky with 24 games played and a 7.0. So this is a stat here as well, which you kind of need more games played to really kind of get these numbers up for the most part, but it still kind of shows you how good Igor was there, being the clear, top two goaltender alongside Swayman there throughout these playoffs, and was absolutely phenomenal and definitely the clear most valuable player for the Rangers as well. You take a look at back in 2022, 2023, when Igor only ended up playing 7 games, he still finished in second place with an 8.8 goals saved above expected there. You have the guy in Sergei Bobrovsky who finished first there, but he had almost 3 times the amount of games played that Igor did throughout that playoff run and had about double the goals saved above expected. They're a little less than that with 19 games played and a 16.3. Aiden Hill there in third place. He had 16 games played and a 7.7. So Igor had 1.1 more goals saved above expected in like less than half the amount of games played that Aiden Hill had. That kind of shows you how good he was throughout that playoff run in there again, the playoff round against the Devils there. And then back in 2021, 2022, when Igor had that amazing Vezina Trophy winning season, throughout that playoff run there, he finished first place in goals saved above expected with an 18.6 over 20 games played there. In second place, you have Andrei Vasilevskiy, who had 23 games played and a 15.5. And in third place, 7 games played, Jake Oettinger had 10.1. But that kind of shows you how good Igor has been throughout these last 3 playoff appearances and runs. He has been phenomenal there. He has consistently been a top 2 goaltender throughout these playoffs. You could argue he's been number 1 in a couple of these. So I think it kind of goes to show here that Igor Shesterkin is definitely deserving of a massive pay raise. Obviously getting a huge contract, whether it's an extension this offseason or possibly just a new contract next offseason with his UFA. We'll have to wait and see, but hopefully we can see an extension happen at some point throughout this offseason ideally, and hopefully it'll be somewhere close to around the 10 mil mark. But anyways, in the comment section down below, let me know your thoughts on Igor Shesterkin and his next contract. Do you want to see him extended? Do you want to see the Rangers wait till next offseason? How much do you want to see him paid? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. How much do you think he's going to get? And also don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for daily New York Rangers content. I post every single day, so if you are a Rangers fan and this is the best place to be on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button for more daily New York Rangers content. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.